Greetings, all. I'm Andy. And I'm George. And welcome back to the Windmill full of corpses. New old school. Yes, this has to be the biggest band we ever checked out on the channel. This is the legendary Iron Maiden. And when a friend of mine was kind enough to let me know they have a new song, a new thing, and I wanted to listen to it, the thing that's been happening to me lately happened again. I thought, it's illegal to listen to new music without reacting. And something this well known is definitely worth a reaction. Yes, so it's been a few years since The Book of Souls, which was their last album. We're not massive Iron Maiden fans. We don't know a lot of their back catalog. We're the kind of people who just heard, the hits and stuff, and instead we just go and listen to underground, like all the other stuff we react to on this channel. But we're going on the mainstream side a bit for this one. I mean, I don't even know how mainstream you can say Iron Maiden is anymore, because they're I'm talking a lot. It's mainstream compared to what we normally listen to. I'm talking a lot and none of it is relevant, so let's go. So this is The Writing on the Wall, and it's 7 minutes and a half. Are you ready? No. Okay. We don't have much left, but there are so many thoughts stacking up also on the music and a bit on the video, which I'm having a hard time making sense of. It's monsters killing each other. Now, if you connect it with the title, which is the writing on the wall, it almost sounds like some warning of the apocalypse. And I think it's about some self-imposed apocalypse. And I think that was kind of the Matrix reference when the blue person on the chair was like getting fed from the people in the test tubes. Something like that. I mean, it could be or it could not be. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's hard for me to grasp all the meaning of this, but I do like the motorbiking demons. And yes, one thing that got to me was that thing where there was that kind of electric-y green net, and the big boss in some car was allowed to go through it, and then when the poverty wanted to go through it, got electrocuted and murdered. Yes, which is definitely a social statement. Yeah, that's definitely a social statement, and then we had Faithless Gandalf kind of go through it. And the people, things inside weren't so happy about that. Actually, when I saw him put that mask down, I just heard that. Okay, so yeah, it says Death, War, Plague, whatever on the star there. I don't know what to make about the statement of the song just yet, but I think it's kind of like a warning sign of the apocalypse, something like that. Musically, I have ideas. Maybe let's leave those for the end, but there was too much on my mind, so let's let this end. Go. Looks that way. Okay, long time since I listened to any sort of classic heavy metal or hard rock or band that showed up before the 80s. Yes. I haven't made that much sense of the story. Maybe I'll try to articulate some more thoughts, but more so I'd like to focus on the music. I really like the song! Yes. When it first started out and it kind of just kept that pace, I was thinking, oh man, it's too bland. It just keeps the same pace, not much is happening, but as I got hooked into the video and the vocals came in, it all started to make sense that it's not an action thing and it's not a thing to hook you instantly. It's a lot more about the melody and groove and about the atmosphere. The mood it sets, I think. Yeah. So I really like this sort of steady pace that it had. I want to comment on a detail all the way back at the beginning, after the clean guitar intro and the drums kicked in, that there was this super pretty kind of tom work thing before it settled in the groove. Yeah, tom work for transitions is brilliant and was so good! Yes, it was. For the lack of a better word. Best thing about the song, though, the solo section. Yeah. It was, first of all, big, yes. It was really big. From what I remember, back in the day, Iron Maiden had 3 guitars, and that's what gives them this really rich sense of harmony to the leads and everything. That you know it's Iron Maiden when you hear a lead guitar lines that has this sort of anthemic feel and sounds harmonized like that, with that metallic feeling to it. So that definitely threw me back to the hits, let's say. But how old is Bruce Dickinson now? I know! It's like his voice hasn't changed a bit! I mean, to be honest, his voice wasn't like, if we compare to other classics, it wasn't like Ian Gillan or Freddie Mercury material. And, well, Freddie Mercury is a silly comparison because it's not like Freddie Mercury's voice is the same. But also not like we never get to know. Okay, so... But yeah, I wouldn't say it's entirely unchanged, but the expression of it is the same. And I think Bruce Dickinson from the classics is one of the most charismatic people I know. Yes, he's a really theatrical persona. And It said he also wrote the story
yeah.
of the video, so
We should.
Bruce, what's it about?
Bruce. Yes, you have to tell us.
Okay.
Good job, Bruce.
I don't know what to say. This is a really big band and a legend at this point, and I don't really know if we can do them justice, but I really like this, and I'm not gonna follow the train of comments that are obviously gonna show up about people complaining that it's not exactly the old song, even if it is or it isn't. Because, it's new stuff from an old band, so people will complain. Yes. I like this. Yes. You like this? Yes. I hope you like this. Yes. If you don't, buzz off. Yes. And if you enjoyed that reaction, we greatly appreciate the likes and shares. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe with bells on. Thank you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon. Corpses out.